Hi, Banana Recap here. Today I am going to explain a film called Womb. While living with her grandfather near the sea, Rebecca meets Tom. Having fallen in love with a cheerful boy, she dreams about him day and night, trying to spend all her time with him. Hiding from the rain, walking by the sea and having sleepovers, the kids are getting closer. After coming back home, the girl caressed her belly, imagining the boy kissing her. When the kids have found a small snail, they play with it, forgetting about everything. One day, the girl lets Tom know that her mother got a job in Tokyo and they have to leave. Bidding farewell to her, the boy kisses Rebecca goodbye. A bit later, he calls the girl and says that he wants to see her off to give a farewell gift. The next day, she waits for him at the ferry, but he doesn't show up. In 12 years, Rebecca graduated from university and is coming back to meet Tom again. Having met the guy's parents, she finds out where he lives and goes to see her beloved. It turned out that he already had a girlfriend, but he always remembered his childhood love. Still feeling for her, the guy drives away Rose, the girl Tom has met not long ago. Once again spending all their time with each other, they are, as before, happy together. Remembering the phone call from 12 years ago, the girl tries to understand the reason why the guy did not come to see her off. It turned out that he simply overslept, and did not manage to present her his parting gift, a snail with a touching note. For a whole year, the boy had been feeding the snail and looking after it, and then kept the slug in a matchbox. During one of their romantic walks, the guy said that he needed to leave for a few days. He is a member of an eco-activist group, which is getting ready to attack a human and animal cloning clinic. Having prepared his gear and equipment, cockroaches to create panic and posters for the action, the guy is ready to go. Rebecca does not want to part from him and agrees to a joint trip. On the way out of town, the girl asks to stop the car because she wanted to go to the toilet. After walking a few steps from their car, she hears a horrible sound. Turning around, the girl is horrified to see Tom's body lying nearby. He has become a victim of a high-speeding van, which was passing by. Taking hard the death of her beloved, the girl falls into depression, looking at his photos for the whole day. Having visited the guy's grave, she notices the flower pollen and thinks about cloning, which allows a person to have a second life. After meeting with the guy's father, the girl calms Ralph down and tells him that she has a plan. Meeting with Judith, she offers to exhume their son's body in order to clone him. The girl is ready to bear the child, but she has to get permission from Tom's parents. Considering herself to be the Antichrist, the woman is still not ready for such blasphemy and asks Rebecca not to do this. A desperate father secretly signs the documents allowing the girl to carry out her plan. To make sure that the mother of the deceased would not find out about this, the family plans to leave the city in a couple of days. After going through the artificial insemination, Rebecca gives her lover a second life. Rose, who used to work in a human cloning clinic, understands her plan and decides to keep quiet about it. Soon, through cesarean section, the girl gives birth to a wonderful boy and names him Tom. Taking care of a newborn child, she protects him from all the enemies and keeps the baby's origin a secret. As he grows older, Tom finds out that his prototype was his own father, who has left this world shortly before his birth. Growing up, the boy begins to meet with girls and spend more and more time away from home. Rebecca does not like it, because Tom is becoming increasingly similar to her deceased lover. The woman begins to experience unforgettable feelings for her son, and it gets harder and harder for her to restrain herself. Knowing that one of the girls is a clone, he does not want to keep dealing with her. Copies are the kids who are prejudiced by both their peers and their parents. During the parent-teacher meeting, the mothers warn Rebecca about this fact and ask her to stay away from the clones, excluding any communication with them. Soon Rose notices a woman taking a walk with her son. Knowing her secret, she leaks it to other mothers. Therefore, no one comes to the boy's birthday. The kids are being barred from visiting the clone by their parents. Trying to protect her son, the mother does not tell him why his birthday was actually ignored, calling the parents of his peers dumb. Realizing that the child might become an outcast, Rebecca decides to move closer to the sea. Getting used to the new house, they remain together and spend all the time on their own. After meeting a neighbor boy, Tom begins to move away from his mother, but she is fine with what is going on, understanding that the boy needs to communicate with his peers. Playing with her son, she allows him to throw herself on the sand and feels the passion that arises inside her, anticipating the boy's further actions. The boy does not yet understand such feelings, so he considers it all to be a game. After a while, Tom gets a girlfriend. Therefore, his mother gets jealous. Being a parent and a woman in love, she can't talk about her feelings and hides them. Finding out that Monica is going to live in their house, Rebecca becomes very angry with her son, but tries not to open up to him about it. Following his prototype's footsteps, the guy gets into biology and wants to become an animal rights activist. Spending every minute with his girl, he drifts away from his mother. Feeling this, the woman becomes depressed, does not speak to her son, and does not leave her room. Noticing that Monica is on a morning run, the mother seizes the moment and sneaks into her son's bedroom. The woman crawls under the covers and hugs the guy. Waking up, he grabs her buttocks, but soon realizes that she is not Monica but his mother. Returning from her run, the girl does not notice the woman hiding under the covers and begins to make advances toward the guy. Not wanting to do this in front of his mother, Tom takes his beloved to the bathroom. Listening to her son making love to the girl, Rebecca gets extremely jealous. Her relationship with Monica is constantly deteriorating. On the next day, the couple is having fun walking by the sea. Taking a fishing net, the guy tries to cheer up his mother and starts kissing her. At some point, both of them have their old feelings flare up, and they understand that they will not be able to restrain themselves. A vague feeling, like a past life memory, falls on the guy and makes him doubt himself. Watching what is going on, Monica begins to be jealous of her lover and worries about their relationship. After a while, the guy meets Judith on the doorstep. The real Tom's mother is in shock and can't say a word. Realizing that Rebecca has cloned her son, she says goodbye and leaves. Experiencing déjà vu, the guy recognizes the prototype's mother and feels that he is being deceived. Going nuts, he asks questions he can't find answer to. The tension within the family is constantly growing and pushes them to the brink of insanity. Considering such conditions unbearable, Monica dumps the guy and leaves him alone with his mother. Tom demands an explanation, because the woman he has met on the doorstep seemed to be familiar to him. Rebecca tells him about her childhood and how, as a little girl, she fell in love with a boy. After a while, she has left for Tokyo, and then returned and resumed their relationship. Due to a tragic accident, the guy died, but she could not forget him. Tom does not understand what is going on and cannot believe his mother's words. Taking out an old laptop, Rebecca gives it to her son. After seeing old photos of Tom with his parents, the guy begins to understand that he is a clone and lives for the second time. While in shock and feeling incomprehension, the copy does not know what to do next, how to live, and who to deal with his mother now. Grabbing the woman by her hair, he throws her on the bed and climbs on top. Kissing Rebecca's lips, the guy feels the emotions and feelings that has been living deep inside. Giving into them, he takes the woman by force, and she does not resist. The marks on her hand show that she has never been with a man. Later, Tom comes to his senses and realizes what he has done. Accepting the deeds of his mother, he packs up and wants to leave her forever. Before that, the guy thanks Rebecca for everything and leaves the house. She is joyful because before leaving, Tom gave her what she has always dreamed of. Finally, a woman is going to be able to give birth to a child from the man she loves. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.